Hello and welcome to the third episode of Recreation. As my guest this time, we'll have beloved TO and competitor Glodican. Welcome, thank you so much for accepting this invitation.
Yeah, no, thank you for inviting me, Rek. Appreciate it. I've never really been interviewed before, so this is gonna be fun, I think.
I'm sure it will be. So, basically, like I structured this on over three sections. The first one will be a very brief introduction, and then some rapid questions into the final section, which is longer, more in-depth questions and open-ended
Right.
answers. Alright, so
Okay.
your nickname is Glodican. How did that will be a question for later, by the way. I need to plan this, but
I get it.
how old are you, if you don't mind asking?
Well, I'm 25. My birthday is in October, though, so it's gonna be 26 this year. Yeah.
October groups. Let's go.
Yes.
You're from Sweden, and you notoriously main username.
Notoriously, usually. But yes, that is indeed true. She has been like ever since I first started getting into the game, or like started since the first time that I started like trying her out in like training mode when I first picked up the game. She has been just an obsession. Uni was like kind of like my first fighting game that I really started getting into, and even though like all my friends at the time were like, no, don't play user. She's fucking hard. Don't play her. She's too difficult for like a new player. I just kept coming back to her. So and then rest is history.
Of course, you love to see how much you have improved, and like, of course, that's the beautiful part of fighting games when someone tells you, "Oh, the character is difficult. Don't start with her," but it's that motivation to wanting to learn a character that really gets you to that level. Because if you maybe have switched character, you might have lost interest in the whole game.
Possible. Yeah. I think I've said that before. Like, if Yusuf wasn't in the game, I probably wouldn't have played the game as much as I have. But yeah, no, that just goes to show that, like, of course, there's beginner friendly and like more advanced characters, but the most important part is like if you try to really learn and get into it, like it's motivation and like character design, story, and just vibe of a character is a big part of that.
And how long have you been active actually in Undernight?
Probably something like seven years, something like that. I think I started like around the time when I was like 18, 19. So it was like, yeah, it was like it's like 7 years, I'd say.
I think that was Unist.
Yeah. I think I basically got into the game just right around like I think like a year or so before the version after that, which was, I forget the acronym now. Sorry, my
Clear.
got some of the other Uniclear. Yes, exactly. Some of the other things right now, so not have been thinking about the game in a while.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, okay, that's the small introduction. Okay, so now, these questions don't require any thinking at all. Just say the first thing that comes to mind.
Right.
Right. So, your favorite Undernight soundtrack song?
Beat Eat Nest, I'd say.
Ooh, Bianca. That's.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, that one is weird because at the start I didn't like it, but now I've come to appreciate it a lot.
I just like it because like it gets into it immediately and it's always recognizable. That's what I really like about it. There's a bunch of other ones. I really like Ogre. Let's see like, what a bad time to be just brain farting on names. Anyway, fucking the little necromancer girl. I love her theme song. It's great. Uzuki, yes, exactly. That's the one. Oh yeah, I forgot Kuon. Kuon has a wonderful song. I love his. It's great.
Everyone at this
Might
time,
actually be Might actually be my favorite over Byakuya.
Everyone at the start of Unit 2 was kind of obsessed with quality. I think
Mm.
it's such a ball.
Oh yeah, it's a real bop. It's amazing.
Your favorite matchup to play?
Uh, I'd say use a mirror. Actually, I just think it's like I think this is a really fun mashup. Always some random like funny shit that happens. I think it's yeah no I like that one. I don't think I have any like I don't have any like gripes about that matchup.
And on the opposite side, the most hated character on the channel.
In the moment, I'd probably say Orie. I don't like fighting Orie as usual. It's not fun.
Fair enough. Okay, so if you had to win either Evo or Artwork Tour, what would you choose?
Me right now, I would personally say probably Arc World Tour between the two.
Any specific reason?
Well, I've been thinking about like I've been getting all these notifications about like what people acquiring Evo and stuff like that, and like some people that maybe their political opinions are not quite not quite right, so to speak. But that's mostly why I feel like for me personally the glamour of Evo has a little bit faded in that sense.
I think you're not the only one. If you had to change something in Under Night between a mechanic or a buff or a nerf to a character, what would it be?
That is actually a tough one. I mean, like, of course, the funny answer is just say like, "Oh, give Yuzu a fucking standing overhead." But no, I don't. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, no, I don't really know. As I said, I've been busy about a lot of other things recently, so don't really have too many thoughts about balancing at this moment, so to speak. But, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so your top 5 characters unordered.
Unordered. I'd say Yuzu, Gordo, Ogre. I really like Ogre.
Wait,
Uzuki.
I mean in a tier list sense. Okay.
Oh, tier list sense. Yeah, no, let's see here, unordered then. I'd probably say probably Hyde, Orie, probably the Rats up there, Lene. So and then we got starts getting tough after that point. I think those are like the big three. But see, we also got Hilda is one that I think is personally annoying, but I'm not sure how if I really think he's super good, or but it's just like I personally don't enjoy fighting Hilda. Let's see. Yeah, no, it gets really hard to really say like more characters after that in my mind. I don't know. It's tough, but I don't know. I suppose Yuzu has to be up there as well.
Fair enough. Like, I think it's such a wild question, and we've seen from Japan tier lists how wild these top 5s can get. So I think it's okay to have your own opinion. So
Yeah, no, of course. Like, I'm trying not to base my answer on like just what I've seen. I'm trying to think about like how do I actually feel here, and I mean, like I feel like if there's anything if there's any like addition between that list I just gave that I feel like is quote unquote unreasonable, like or like not motivated from fact, is probably Yuzu, is what I would say, because I feel like the game has taken a lot of steps like away from a playstyle that really benefits her. There's been a lot of additions or mechanical changes to the game that do not benefit the whole playstyle of staying away and like waiting out the timer, timing you out. You know, like the meter gain is higher. There's more timing around. More characters have like neutral skip EX options, so you're like as usual you're in more situations where if you lose control over neutral, you die, and the opponent has like a very specific option to do so, like just skip neutral and get at you if they find the gap. The whole round is longer, so you have to, as you play, you have to remain in control for longer periods of time. You have to remain focused for longer periods of time, rather kind of like contra to like another character's game plan, which can be just, oh yeah, no, I just gotta get into your face and kill you, basically. And then of course the whole thing, the whole meter gain increase option that also relates to the whole other thing where more characters have this option to just blow through neutral. Like both in the fact that like they will be able to get meter to get use that option sooner, but also like them spending that meter and you avoiding it is not as big of a deal because they will recuperate the loss of that meter much sooner. So yeah, no, like I feel like as much as I am, but as much as I am grateful or like happy that a lot of people are kind of laying off the user hate a little bit, I do also feel like I have to, rep my homegirl. I gotta believe in her a little bit.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
I think we got four, so you have the last one, the last character, if you wanna go for the top five.
I did say Hilda, didn't I? Yeah, I did say
Uh,
Hilda. Yeah,
I have Hilda then. Okay, so I think that means Hyde, Linnea, Yuzu, Hilda,
and
and
Aurier.
Ori. Okay,
Aurier,
that's
yes,
the top
Aurier.
five. Okay.
Yeah, that's quote unquote my top five, so to speak.
And the last quick question: who do you like watching most? Is it Defiant or Big Black? Since it's the two like, I think strongest players at the moment.
That's I'm not sure how to answer that because like I don't often follow those tournaments on VODs actually. I don't. I'm a bit busy.
Fair enough.
And it's like most of the time, it's like those. Since I live in Sweden, those tournaments where they're at are often like very late for me. And then I like either very early in the day and I'm just busy. I can't be sitting there watching, or very late and I'm asleep. And then because I have ADHD, even if I intend to fucking watch them, I just forget. So it doesn't happen.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so
But yeah, no,
then we
like
can.
no disrespect to them. I love watching them both. I think personally, if I had to, if from what I have seen, I think I like watching Defi more because I think he has a little bit more of an active play style. But I think Big Black is very cool to watch because he's very methodical. I feel like his responses are very subdued and thought out. Is what I feel.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that as well. So much more clinical, maybe from Big Black, but Defiant just sends it sometimes. That's what you need
Sometimes
to
it's
have
sensitive,
in fighting games.
for sure, for sure. So
Right.
he's sensitive, but not without reason. That's the big difference.
Exactly. Yes. Okay, so we can now shift to the longer answers ones. So first question is why do you play Under Night?
Why do I play Under Night? I feel like for me, the reason why I play Under Night is because I feel like there's a lot. I really like the visual and auditory feedback you get from playing the game. That's a thing that's always been very central for me, and like why I feel like you get such good game feel when you play Under Night. Like I feel like the hits are very satisfying. Combos are cool. They look cool. They're fun to do. They're not so hard that you have to like break your fingers to do them, or like that you need to super hyper focus in order to accomplish them in a real game. Uh, like I try, I try Blaze Blue. Blaze Blue's cool. I like Blaze Blue a lot. But then you go into like some of the real combos, it's like, oh, you gotta. There's no micro dash button, so you gotta do a like, you gotta buffer the dash into a crouch. Also, crouching like completely reduces your momentum. So you have to do this, and it's all one frame. There's no room for any error. You got to do this perfectly every time. It's like 3 times in one combo. It's like, okay, please, I can only do so much, please. But yeah, no, like I like tying back to the whole reason like why I chose to play Yuzu. One of the big things why I really like why she hit me so hard, why she tickled my brain so much, was like back in ST. The noises that her moves made when you hit someone with a sword were really satisfying. that's that's like the big reason why I played the character, why I picked her up, why I couldn't get her up, why I couldn't get playing her out of my brain, because that sound effect was just so satisfying to me.
That's really interesting, actually. Okay.
But yeah, yeah.
I would assume it all changed when they changed their voice actress as well. Like, it's probably still not in the game.
Uh, yeah, I mean, it changed a little bit, of course. Her sound effects and her voice actress has changed, and of course, I do miss the old voice actor. I do, but the new one also does a good job as well. And while the new sound effects aren't quite as meaty, they still, they still tickle the same part of the brain. Not quite as hard, but still good enough. I still get the dopamine when I hit a big butt on someone. It's great.
Exactly. And actually, where did the nickname Glodican come from?
Uh, well, I'm actually happy you should ask because that's a kind of personal story a little bit. Basically, like when I was a kid, my like both me, my brother, and my dad were all really into playing World of Warcraft. Um, so now, of course, my dad got a lot more into it than me. My brother, like I was just making new characters, getting to level 10, and I'm making a new one. That's all I did. Uh, But I had fun, Every single one of them a warrior, by the way. No other classes, just
Oh, I thought you
warrior.
changed
Guy,
classes because I got bored.
yeah, no, guy with sword from levels 1 to 10 is peak. Don't, at least according to fucking 8-year-old me, it was the peak cinema, absolute best thing you could possibly do. To, uh, but yes, let's see. So my dad got a lot more into it. He was he was raiding, he was doing guilds and all that stuff, and he had a friend. Now he and his friend would spend a lot of time together. Like most of the time when he was not with his whole guild. He was with his buddy, and like my dad's character's name was Glodwell, and and the friend's name, like his character's name, was Balikan.
Oh,
So when I made this specific tag like a few years ago, it was quite a few. I think it's about 7 years ago. I think it's just right before. So I think actually before I got into uni. But yeah, I made that tag, and like the reason why I did that's because like um my dad and his guildmate was like the first example as a young kid that I saw of people like forming genuine connections over like the web, digital tools, social media, all these things. And like for me, the name kind of symbolizes, in a sense, like that whole idea of people meeting and getting along and being friends online, finding their people, But it's of course the name itself doesn't exactly mean that per the words, but that's what it means to me. And so that's why I like the name so much. That's why I chose it, because it's like a tribute to like my dad and his friend, and like how they showed me but both what video games can give, like an informal community, and
what's
how
the
these
nickname?
tools can like bring people together.
What's
It's
her? Okay, you cut
yeah.
off a bit.
Oh. Oh man, here I am pouring my heart out and it cuts off. Damn, that's crazy.
And hey, it's such a it's a simple reason, but one that's so meaningful because at the end of the day, you're making meaningful connections as well through your online avatar, which
Exactly,
is
yeah.
like it was like a prophecy. You taking that name to make connections, and here you are.
Absolutely, for
It's
sure.
uh, so of course you did say that you've always stuck to Yuzu once you decided to want to improve at the game, but Uh, was there any other character you considered really trying to get better with, or was it always Yuzu from the get go?
Uh, I think like when I first started getting into the game, I did chop around a bit, of course, like trying a bunch of different characters, and it was like I think I went to Eltnum first. Like he was the first character that I took into like combo trials and like really started learning the combos and started how to play with. Uh, and then I moved on, went to Wagner because she looked cool, and my friend played her against me. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. I hate this. I'm gonna do this shit to people. It'll be great. But it's like as I kind of like, I don't think those characters really spark the whole idea of like wanting to get better in the same way. I think it rather in the sense of like getting into the game, wanting to get better, sparking me finding a character. It's more like me finding a character sparked the will to get better at the game. You know, uh, like finding Yuzu, like having like hearing about obviously about how she's a difficult character, but me feeling like she's so much fun was part of like that was why I wanted to get better, so to speak. Because I wanted to play this character. She was cool. I wanted to do like good things with her. People say, but she's too hard to do good things with. I want to do good things with this character.
That's
Let me get
a
at that. I can do it.
that's a motivator in and of itself, I think, because I
Mm,
remember
mm,
uh, I don't have execution, but initially I always wanted to go for the hard character, the one that
mm,
feels rewarding to pulls combo off, and then I realized that
mm.
my fingers are not good enough, so I settled
Oh
for
no.
like characters more suited to me. But I really get that. Like the motivation that when your character is supposed to be hard, getting to do things with that character can feel amazing. So I 100% get that.
Yes, and personally, also, I think like the reason why I specifically chose Yuzu is because I think I have an inkling of like an idea that I had, and that is I think the reason why I chose Yuzu as well, like why I gravitated towards this horde character, like why I did that, is because at the time, like, um, long story short, I was dealing with some shit. Anyway, I was like trying to change many big parts of my mindset. And like the thing that one idea that I had was I don't want to optimize like the fun out of it, you know? Like, sure, I can pick the quote unquote better character or like the easier character and, possibly do better, get like see more progress in shorter time, maybe. But like the reason why I was playing the game, um, is because it's fun, and I didn't want to lose that. Um, and I have my locals at the time to thank for like that kind of mindset change. Like, because I was a troubled kid at the time. I really was. And they taught me a lot, like how to behave, um, like how to get my head on straight in a sense about like my priorities and like why I do things and stuff. Like sure I want it to be good, but like I don't want to care so much about winning that I do things that are bad for me, like choosing a character I don't like just because it's better. So, I mean, of course, Yuzu. I'm not saying here, but Yuzu's like a super bad character. No, she's great. She's a really good character. But that extra work that it does take to really get into it is kind of like the main thing that I'm referring to here. Like the more work to make this character work in that context. Uh, like not trying not to like rob myself of that experience of learning and playing this character because I want to quote unquote win more, you know.
Yeah.
That's that was the idea anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Like your idea of winning more wasn't picking a better character, but was improving at the game.
Yes,
Pretty much.
yes,
Right. Speaking of improving at the game, of course, you TO your own event, Eclipse,
I do. Yeah.
and it's been definitely since the start of Unity 2, but it's been going on since before. Um, do you remember when you started the series?
It's been about 4 years, I think. I think I checked this recently when I went back. because I had to go on a hiatus because of my stuff that I'm doing to see here. Yeah, no, it's been almost 4 years since so sometime in 2022
Damn.
was when the first Eclipse happened, the very, very first one. And it's been going ever since. Like at the start, it was just me, DHD, and Air, and we were like, they do commentary, and I'd handle the other stuff. I'd make set up the bracket, do TOing, all the other stuff. I'd handle the stream, and yeah, no, like it was great. It was great. I really love it. It's one of my biggest things that I'm really happy that I did, because like it's like at the time it was something that was very, very uncharacteristic of me, and I like looking back, I feel like I've grown a lot because of it. I'm a very different person now than I was back then. uh and yeah, no, I just feel very proud, and I'm very thankful, like looking back at both like Aaron DHD setting aside the time to like do that with me, and like then we would sit in voice calls, like planning doing that stuff. And yeah, no, I'm just really grateful to like have those people in my life. uh yeah, no, like, sorry, gotta give me something more to go on. I feel like I'm rambling here.
No, it's fine. Like when it's your space to say what's in your mind. So by all means. Uh, was there a specific reason why the Eclipse started?
I I think I just wanted to have more tournaments. Like, I wanted to see more people join tournaments. I wanted more events in EU. Uh, and like I don't know. I wanted to be a part of that in a sense. I wanted, and like I want. It was a project that I was excited about. I don't know. I felt like I wanted to like join in, produce, make something for the community. And it was like this was like the thing that I felt like I could do. Uh, I I did mention it earlier, but I do have ADHD, and I'm getting medication for that, working on it, all that stuff. And so like I had many ideas of what I possibly could do, is like, give back to the community, but I've very rarely managed to initiate on those plans, on those ideas. But hosting the Eclipse at the time was something that I could just do it. Like it just works. In a sense, I don't know. I could pursue that idea, and yeah, no, I beyond that, I don't think there was anything else that I considered at the time. And like then I just kind of kept on doing it because I wanted to. I wanted to do it, and I was able to get it into like a I was able to get into a habit of doing it, and I was like, that was a big step for me at the time. Before I knew it, I was keeping track of a calendar, looking at like, okay, so we're this many days until the next eclipse. We gotta get this ready until then, and I was able to keep it going,
Yeah. I
and that feels good. That feels great.
I kind of get that with since I'm running wanted now, so
Mm.
it helps you even uh, learn to schedule better as well, because you're like, hey, I know that on Tuesday at this time I've got this, so I need to get this done before I need to this and this and this. So it also helps you a little bit to plan maybe your day better, which like yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it gives context and like timing, and let's see here, what's the word?
Discipline, maybe.
Not discipline, but it was ah fuck. Being bilingual sucks, man. It's terrible. Don't do it.
Say it in
I'm kidding.
Swedish and then we'll translate it.
uh, yeah, that just disappeared as well. Fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not just bilingual. I also have ADD. Did I mention that?
I think so.
You asked me about it, so now it's gone. Anyway, uh, that's just kind of how it goes. Uh,
Uh, Okay, so if you, I guess this would be a hard question. If you had to answer between TOing or competing, so if you run the Eclipse, you cannot compete, or the opposite. Do you know what would you would do, or
That is something that I've been asking myself like for a pretty long time. You know, like it's the question of like, what do I put more time towards? Like, what if I were to go like all in on one of these things, what would I do? And I don't really know, like in a sense, because I do enjoy like competing and playing in tournaments. I think it's fun, generally. But I feel like there are I would say that like I for me personally I think there are there are more things at stake for sure, like when you go to compete versus when you go to like host a tournament. And I feel like there's a certain level of frustration if you don't, there's more frustration in not meeting your expectations as a competitor in my mind than it is in like not meeting expectations as when hosting a tournament. Like for example, like when I host a tournament and you know, like let's say last week we had 20 participants and then next week we get 10. Like sure, it's a step down, sure, like in terms of up and down, but I do know that it's at this point I know that it's going to be up and down. So of course that helps, but for me, like it hits less hard personally because that depends on other people, you know. That depends on their availability, like what's going on in their lives. There's many more variables there that I have no control over. But in competition, like the only thing you do have control over is yourself, and like every single thing that happens in your games is something that you could have or should have or maybe would have on a better day dealt with, you know. Uh, so all of that goes on you. So I feel like in this day and age, I feel like if I was to go all in on something, I would probably go TOing personally. I feel like going super hard on being a tournament player serves me less in my current state, like in the current state of my life. Because like right now, I got my studies going. I'm excited about it. I'm motivated by it. It's interesting, and yeah, like that's kind of what I want to do. I feel like for me, if I was to compete, it would take much more time, like that I have to give to that in order to perform at that level that I want to with it. So I don't know. It's a hard decision, you know. Like it's a hard decision, uh, but but yeah, like as for hosting tournaments, like I said before, I've kept it going all these years. Aside from like on top of everything else I'm already doing, like it's a hosting one tournament every other week is to me a smaller deal than like I need to practice and work and like grind. I need to lab things and be ready for these new matches, for these new players, new character that came out. I need to learn everything about them. It's like versus setting up for a like tournament, like hosting a tournament. You know, I got my good old programs. I got old reliable. You know, but yeah, no, it's so I feel like for me right now, it's a question of like time and priority. Like well, how much time it costs and how much priority I have for it. Yeah.
I get that because as a commentator, I don't feel any pressure when I go to events. Sure, there is the I want to deliver pressure. I want to make this even better than last time, but it's something that I have control over, like in-game situations, like maybe something not going to plan in pools or something like that is something that is 100% outside of my worries because
Hmm.
I'm just focusing on how to yap and basically uh, try to know my stuff well, but that's I have so much time to prepare for it, and nothing can really change because if I plan well, I don't have any issues because I know the players, I know the game. the characters, so there shouldn't be anything to worry about. But with competing, it's a whole different world, and I 100% get that there's so much time and commitment involved. Like, for example, Nephros, for example, is preparing for finals, and he's been labbing and gaming every single day since like I think a month ago now. So that's so much pressure, I think, and dedication that it's something that I could never imagine myself doing. Like, I don't have the discipline to do that, definitely. Like, I really want to get better at the game, but I don't have the discipline to play sets every day. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like Nephros is for sure like that single-minded like dedication to the one single game is it's to me very admirable. Like, that one single thing. For me, like, I feel like one thing that I've kind of like gotten more insight into is like where my motivation lies, and like what I like, what I enjoy, why I enjoy it. And I feel like my motivation, or like my love of games, video games, extends a lot further than like just Undernight. Like, so I don't think that I could, like, if I also don't think that I could do what Nephros is doing right now, with the grinding every single day on this game. Because I think I genuinely would get bored. I'd get bored. I don't know things to do, and then I'd just be sitting there because I have some idea that, like, oh no, but I have to be sitting here playing this game right now, and then I rob myself of all the fun. So of course, like, I'm happy with like my level, so to speak, in Undernight. I feel like I've done good for myself,
Of course, you know,
I gotta give myself a pat on the back for all the effort I did put in.
here's a virtual. Wait, wrong hand.
Thank you. There we go. There we go. Transfer that to myself. There we go. Head pat delivered. Anyway,
Okay.
but yeah, no, like I. Yeah, no, once I've really gotten into my studies and all that stuff, because I study user experience design. So like my love of these things extend further than just the game,
Mike is cutting up. I'm not sure if you're...
Maybe
Yeah, I think
should
you're
I
moving a little bit too far, I think.
Yeah, I think I was leaning back. Yes, yeah, I can set a little closer to it. There we go.
I'm sorry for virtually forcing you to...
No, it's fine.
In solidarity, I'll move closer.
I just imagine you fucking pulling your hand out your monitor and just just pulling me close to the microphone. Get closer, you fucking idiot! Can't hear you. Oh, no, it's great. It's great.
Okay, so, is there a player that you look up to in terms of like a role model or whatnot in uni? It can be someone who plays your character, it can be someone who is disciplined, doesn't even have to do with your character. It's anyone that inspires you, basically, or the biggest inspiration.
I don't know about the biggest inspiration. Like, my mind went to a bunch of different people when you started talking about that. Like, I think I've had a lot of different inspirations from a lot of different people from a lot of different levels over my time playing the game. But I think like the biggest ones is probably like for me, I think like the biggest motivator, so to speak, like for playing the game, like was always Mosin. Because I think I've told this story a couple of times, like, but when I was first getting into the game, like I was basically just starting to ping for like matchmaking games, and I got pinged by I got my ping answered by most. I either got my ping answered by Mosin or I answered Mosin when he pinged. I forget which, but like I had no idea who Mosin was at the time. I load in on my Yuzu. I see he's playing fucking Enkidu. I'm like, oh, Enkidu, that's not a particularly hard matchup for his character. I might be okay here. And then I just get absolutely fucking dumpstered on. Like, I just die over and over and over and over again. It's not even a contest. And like from that day forth, in a sense, like I would always like measure myself
Oh,
from how well I did versus Mosin, like between each time. I didn't have like a week or like month calendar like where I measure my progress. I had a fucking Mosin calendar where I where I where like I made notes of like where I tried to note like what I did better or what I did worse versus Mosin upon this one time between the times that I played him. Uh, and yeah, no, like that's like of course it was like it's oh my god. It took me a while after that game, those games, right, those first games we both said that I realized, oh shit, like Mosin's actually like a really fucking good player. He's like the best, he's like the best player in Europe. Oh god, here I am measuring myself against the best player in Europe. What have I done to myself? Oh god, oh no. But yeah, no, like some of the other people that I thought about were also Troc Demon and Rurik,
okay.
some American Yuzu players. Them's my favorite my fellow Yuzu players. I love those two guys. They're great.
You,
Always been super happy to go meet them when I can.
you of course had a better match at Evo a couple of years ago with Rurik.
Yeah. That was a fun game.
It was really a fun one to watch.
Mm.
The wrong Ryuzu won. I'm just gonna say my fellow EU players.
Yeah, yeah. You know, Rurik's good as well, but I do feel like it could have gone either way. It could have gone either way. I'm proud of myself for how I did there in that game versus him. It was good.
And speaking of role models, if you could have a first to 10 or a set with anyone in any period, so like for example, I don't know, Clear Lamp in his prime, Hiyari or Wauti when they were very active, maybe some Japanese players who retired, maybe some American players who retired. Would there be someone that comes to mind?
Kure.
Kure, the Japanese user.
Yeah, Japanese user, yes. I'd love to get a game get a game versus him like back when he played regularly. Uh, I never really got to see him play. That's the thing that kind of hurts. Like I've seen VODs, I've seen like the compilations, and it's so good and it's so cool. And like what I would love to do is either be able to like watch like a live Prime Kure, so to speak, or get to play Kure myself. Like not even his Prime. Like if I could fucking fly to Japan and play Kure right now, I fucking would. I would love that. But like I think like in a sense, I it, there's part of me who's like, oh, I would like to play Prime Kure to kind of measure myself in a sense. I don't know. I think that would be fun. That would be cool. There's a part of me that pines for that, but yeah.
I mean, it's measuring yourself is kind of part of what makes fighting games. I want to say unique because this level of first to like not first to one, but 1v1 is that you're the only player, you're the only thing that affects your progress, your strength, your level. So it's I can't find the words for it right now, but it's it's really interesting how fighting games develop because you motivate yourself to get better and then you have to find someone else to measure up with and then like always set up new and bigger targets, milestones where you want to get eventually. So finding someone really strong, as you said, like Kure in his prime maybe is definitely a strong motivator, I have to feel.
Yeah, but it's not like a team game where you can just shout at your shout at your
Exactly.
friends.
I know. I would blame everyone. That's
Yeah, just like
a big weakness from my end.
if you hadn't missed that damn CS, we would have had 27 more gold. You would have been able to do 2 more damage in that fight. You would have won everything. You fucking idiot. Nah. Oh. Oh, that's great. Love it.
Okay, so is there a favorite tournament you have been to? Uh, in overall your course of competition, and why?
Hmm. That's. Ooh. I'm looking over at my fucking trophies sitting up there. That's the place where I have my trophies and my. Sorry, it's cutting out. Probably cutting out if I was turning away a little bit earlier. But yeah,
No.
that's the part where I have my trophies and my medals and stuff like that. I'm trying to think here. I think like it's either going to be Outplayed or the one that most recently I've been to, which was the one in France,
Oh,
named
UFA.
Versus Fighting. UFA, no, yeah, UFA. If UFA, exactly, that's the one. Versus Fighting is the British one.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, UFA, UFA. I had a lot of fun at UFA. I was really, really happy, and I think for me, like my results at UFA were like I was really happy to reach that result at UFA. Like I was heading there. I was not sure like how I was gonna do, but getting that third, I think that kind of like for me that kind of cemented where I was at like mentally. I think I had a lot of mental clarity after UFA about like what I wanted to do or like what I wanted to reach for, you know? Because of course, like I lost to shit again with the goddamn names, just brain farting on the names. It, uh,
Jaka?
yeah, Jaka, yes, that's the one. That's the one. God damn it, I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't be.
But yeah, no, that's just what happens. I'm bad at one. I'm bad at names. Two, I have ADHD. So like, basically, I will think of a name. I'll start to mention how I thought of a name, and then forget while I'm doing so. It's like- I get to the part of a sentence where I'm gonna say the name, and it's just gone immediately.
Betrayal.
But yeah, no, like I lost to Jacka there. I got third, which is means I was one spot away from like winning a spot in the Arc World Tour. And I think it was then, but I kind of like I really sat there with myself and was like, yeah, no, I think if I did win that and got the spot in Arc World Tour, I don't think I'd feel too good about it. I just feel really fucking stressed. Like I'd feel a lot of like expectation and like performance anxiety. Uh, so I don't think I would be able to like live up to in a sense. Especially like since I was heading like since I'm heading towards like the school stuff that I'm doing now, my big like thesis project or whatever you want to call it, the last final one. The and like I was thinking about it as like between doing these two things because I for sure as hell I'm not gonna be able to do both of them. Which do I want to do more? Like if I had won my part, like a spot on the Arc World Tour, and I had to make a choice between going to the Arc World Tour or like doing my finals project. Which would I choose? And 9 times out of 10, I would choose doing a finals project, and I feel like that's the thing. That's the thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to do research. I wanted to work, and like I want to be a scholar, in a sense. I want to read stuff. I want to be smart. I want to be taught or learned stuff. But yeah, no, that's what I want to do. So that was really good for me, and also it was just a really good event. It was just a
Yes.
really good event overall. I had a lot of fun there. Met a lot of I got the chance to meet a lot of good people. A lot of friends were there. A lot of good food as well. Went to a lot of good restaurants.
Shout outs to
That was
Casa
great.
Rosa.
Absolutely, Casa Rosa, my goat.
Absolutely, man. That was some really good food. Like,
Hell yeah.
it's been a blast. Like last UFA was amazing. Like I really hope there is another UFA this year, and there's another awkward tour, and there's another uni spot at UFA. So maybe we can relive it all again because it's just a blast.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. I love that.
Actually, that was something that was really interesting because I know that you tend to take losses very hard on yourself. And when when you played against Jack and it was such a close set, I think it went to final round, literally like absolutely down to the wire. But you looked not stressed, like really happy to have had such a good tournament, and at the same time, not really feeling the effects of such a close result that could have taken you to Arcor Tour. And in a part of me was like proud of you because I know how harsh you are on yourself, and you were still like okay, like no biggie. Like I think we went to eat after that top eight as well. Like we were all laughing, we were all cheering. Like it was, it showed me a new side of Glodican. Like how it was good. It felt good.
Yeah, no, and I feel that too. Like looking back, I definitely was a lot lighter on myself
Yeah, definitely.
than something that I maybe usually was at that time. And I think I do contribute that a lot to that mental clarity that I felt, you know, like just no, I don't really particularly feel like I want to do this, you know. I was just happy to have gotten like a really good game, really good tournament. I had already placed a lot higher than I was really expecting, to be honest. I'd already had like uh, a lot of really good, really close sets, and I don't know. I feel like in a sense, I think my own expectations for that tournament were met, you know. Like and I think that's a big part of the reason why maybe I was able to be like a lot less hard on myself, and I'm working on that a lot right now. I'm going through that with my my projects right now in school. I've been working with the whole thing of like, don't be so damn hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up before you even start doing this shit. It's gonna be it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. Uh, but yeah, no, like I feel like I think like that's also like part of the reason why I have started like kind of pivoting away from like my own wanting to really be competitive, be it like a really compete, really work super hard to be like the best, you know? Why I don't feel that as well, because I feel like when I work with that like aspiration in mind, I get really hard on myself, and I become like absolutely perfectionist. Um, Perfectionistic. Just I get mean to myself. I don't acknowledge like my work until it is done. In in a weird sense, like that's sort of like the toxic part of me, you know. Um, and that's kind of like been something that I worked with for a very long time. That does get a little bit personal, but I you know I spent like basically when I turned 18, I went to therapy straight away. Basically, I just
Yeah.
so basically, you know, little, so I have this little devil on my shoulder that is very mean, uh, very not considerate of emotions as valid reasons for anything, in a sense. Uh, yeah, no, like I don't know how deep you want to go in here with this, but that's sort of like there's that part of me that I call quote unquote the machine that is just unfeeling in a sense. It's I don't know. I'm gonna keep talking about this. It's not sure. I'm not sure. But
Entirely
basically,
fair.
it's like it's a part of me that I've wrestled with from time to time. Just you know, I don't want to be like the guy who shuts down my emotions. I because like I did that when I was like depressed as a kid. A lot is a defense mechanism, and I'm acknowledging as that, and I want to move on, and I don't want to like push myself towards the super competitive if it puts me back into this whole thing where I'm not an emotional creature, you know. I don't know. It's this is kind of like the first time that I'm putting this into words in the context of competing, and I'm not quite sure if I'm really hitting the right marks, but it's yeah, no, I think it's relevant. It's relevant to the whole thing of like
I believe so.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And you said that you felt like you were shutting down your emotions, but I think you've made a long way since then because the Glodican I know, and I'm sure the Glodican that pretty much a lot of EU knows, is someone who's very emotional and very deliberate with his own emotions. So if you were in that state, I think you've improved a lot on that aspect. So like, I don't want to say congrats because it's not like something good but it's something to be proud of. That's the thing. Yes.
Yeah, I gotta put that in a way. But I think I saw some poster on social media. It was like, really happy that I made it out of a lot of the things that I gone through. Still think some of that shit shouldn't have happened, but okay, we're good.
Very
That's
agreeable.
kind of where we're at in a sense. But yeah, I think I came out okay. So
Yes, 100%. I can vouch.
thank
Um,
you. Glad to hear that.
do you have a favorite tournament set, whether you were involved in or not?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I think like I I think in recent memory, favorite tournament set was probably I think it was I believe it was Defi versus Red Blade at Climax. I believe when I was there, that was really cool. I love that set. The energy in the room was just incredible, and like it was the whole thing where like we have Red Blade who's this like older player who's been around more, and then Defi who's a lot younger, newer guard so to speak. This big showdown in like grand finals, and it was great. I would love that. It was awesome.
I should have been at that climax, but uh,
You should have, bro. You should have.
I know, but I couldn't help because someone took my work days off. Damn it.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, who do I gotta kill?
I don't work there
You-
anymore, so it's fine.
ah, okay. You already killed them. Okay, cool.
Hey, wait, we're on camera. No, no, I didn't.
Oh yeah, no, no. So- for legal reasons, that's a joke.
Yes, 100%
For
joke.
illegal reasons, however. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
I need my lawyer. Um,
That's fine. That's fine. It'll be good.
right. Okay. I have one last question, but please stop me if you don't want to answer it.
Fair enough.
Okay, so as you said, you've been dealing with ADHD. Uh, how do you feel it affects your gaming life mostly?
My gaming life.
Like
Mm.
competition, hosting tournaments, traveling even. Does it get in the way? Like, of course, as I said, feel free to not reply at all. Like, it's something personal, and
Um,
I understand.
yeah, no, absolutely. I'm happy to like talk about like my experiences with ADHD. Well, my diagnosis isn't specifically ADHD; it's ADD, but they've kind of like swapped around stuff. It's called ADHD inattentive type now for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. No, anyway, um, yeah, no, but definitely, I think like it's absolutely does affect me in a lot of ways, and I think like. Um, of course, you said or talked earlier about how I'm very hard on myself, and I think like one thing that like ADHD does is like I'll forget things, I'll blank out, I'll uh, get distracted by something that I feel like I shouldn't be distracted of, and that is something that I have like spent. I've been very hard about myself about that stuff in the past, like especially before I got diagnosed. Like when I know that this kept happening, but I had no reason for why it was keep happening. So I was very hard on myself, like, why was this happening? Why can't I not focus? Just focus, bro. Like and that would add to the frustration, and that happens sometimes still. But of course, like I am on medication now, and and I have noticed a lot of differences, like from playing like without medicine to playing the game with medicine. And that's one thing I feel like I said. A lot of my actions when I play feel a lot less as if they are knee-jerk reactions, or as if they are like just eureka moments, so to speak. They feel more planned. They feel more thought out. Like for example, when I was playing like without my medicine, most of the things that I did was just like top of a moment, top like spur of a moment, top of my head idea that just popped in, and I didn't know where it came from. I didn't know like what kind of information I'd gathered to make me reach that conclusion that this would be a good idea. It was just like, okay, maybe this will work. I don't know. Uh, and now when like that stuff happens, I feel like I have when I'm on my medication, I feel like I have more of I have a line of information, that I can follow back and like kind of understand like where did this idea come from. And I think that's been a big difference. But like apart from just like in being in game, I feel like it's been I've like my own journey with like learning how to deal with ADHD has been one of reaching a lot of much more inner understanding with myself, like why certain things are hard, why it's why I struggle with X, Y, or Z, and like forgiving myself for these things, and like understanding that no, this is an actual issue that I have. Like this is not something that I'm failing to do. This is a problem that I have, and then there is a big difference there, because like I can alleviate a problem. I can find something that makes like a problem easier to deal with. A failure is absolute, and like a failure is just like there's a difference between you have a problem and you're continuing to struggle with it, and that's okay, and you are failing at doing this one thing that you're supposed to be able to do. There's a very big like mental shift in attitude between those two states. Um, see here, as for like one thing that I think I'm still kind of trouble with Mevo is that like I have no idea when events are going. Like, I fail to keep up. I can't keep up with like when the events are going. I was like, oh yeah, it's fucking climax in a couple of months. Like I'm like, oh shit, it's climax in a couple of months, because like because I haven't kept track of that. I've been dealing with now. What you mean you're thinking about what happens 3 months in the future? Nah, bro, I'm dealing with what I'm gonna eat today. Like I don't, I don't know, bro. It's like, uh, but yeah, no, like stuff like that. I feel like I don't know. Do you have anything else like specific that you want me to like kind of talk about? Because I feel like otherwise I'd just be thinking of the next best thing, and I'm gonna start monologuing again.
Uh,
But,
like honestly, like when you mentioned you're gaming and you get an idea when you're playing without medicine, you get an
mm,
idea of hey, I should try this, and you do it and it fails.
mm,
Um, that's something I get as well. Like
mm,
I don't know, maybe I should try this move, and I try this
mm,
move, and it goes awfully wrong.
mm,
And it just really you struck a chord there because it's something that does happen. So from in a kind of sense it's funny. At the same time, it's also like interesting that I'm not the only one who gets that. So it's yeah, it's interesting. But back on topic, like I mean, it's ADHD at the end of the day is not something that only concerns gaming.
Oh yeah,
So
no, absolutely not.
and now it's been how many months since it been since you were officially like
Uh, about 5 months, something like that. I think. No, no, no. It's been longer since I was diagnosed. It's been about 5 months since I like kind of started receiving medicine for it. Like
okay,
since I started getting medicated. It's been longer than that since I got diagnosed. Yeah, I got medicine on I think like almost my birthday, 30th of October last year. So yeah, no, like I got diagnosed like I think February, January, something about a year ago at this point, I think.
okay.
I believe. A bit more, maybe. I don't know, I forget. But yeah, yeah, no, like I getting diagnosed has for me been like life changing. In a sense, like I've been able to just look at like my life and like the things that have happened in a very different light, and I can judge my own like actions and situations that I've been in, and from from new angles that don't make me feel as bad about the things that were happening.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, I would always like I received a lot of adaptions as a kid. Like like when we were taking a test, I could sit in a room by myself, so that I didn't have to like listen to other people, because I got stressed out when I was sitting in a room. One of the things that always like it stressed me out as hell when I was a kid. Uh, is sitting there at like the room with a test, and you're trying to write, and you try to think of something to like answer a question, and then all around you you just hear. It's like
Mm.
the entire room is just a buzz with that continuous buzz, like, and it never leaves you alone. Like when you're sitting there and you have this, well, you have the ADD voices in your head, so to speak, and also you're depressed. You have all these things like, oh, everyone's so far ahead of you. You're not, you're not doing fast enough. You need to write now, right now, right now. And it's like you just write the thing you're thinking of. Just do it now. Do it, and then you just don't, and then yeah, you just collapse on yourself. But yeah, uh, so stuff like that, I've been able to like think of myself in better lights, so to speak. Like rather than as like a failure, it's more like I was a victim in that sense of this mental state, so to speak. I don't know. Ah, that I don't think that was the best word I could have used. Victim doesn't really. I think that's doesn't really. I was suffering from a condition, a medical condition that explains the reason why I had things, why these things were so difficult. I was not stupid. I was, afflicted, so to speak.
Exactly.
I was different than the other people in the room, and the area that I was in did not take consideration to that. Yeah. I'm not sure what to say anymore.
That's fair. That's fair. Uh, okay. One final question. For
All
real.
right, all right. Last one, last one.
Last one. So you've
One
been
more. All
taking
right.
February off
Yes,
for
I've been
hosting.
taking. Yes, yes, I have.
Have you managed to come to terms with what you want to do next, or do you still think you need more time?
Um. So I've been thinking about that a lot over the past few weeks. And like I really do want to come back to hosting tournaments. I really, really, really do. And I think it's not off the table. It's absolutely not off the table. But I think I'm gonna need at least this week here if it comes, because like basically tomorrow is the first turn in for like the it's the first checkpoint for the work, right? Basically, where we check our progress, all of a sudden make sure we're all aligned. We're gonna make sure we outline exactly we've outlined exactly everything we're gonna do, everything we need to do. Is there anything we need to change? Do we need to fix something? All these things, and I think that I'm gonna need at least this week as well, just to make sure that like I have it very clear for myself, like how much time do I have between working on this project that I would be able to put into working on like putting on these tournaments and that stuff. I don't think that it would be impossible to fit in like a tournament every other week. I think could personally that could definitely be doable. But I think there's also the whole aspect of like I want to put in work into this project. I want to make this good because I care about this a lot. Like the subject that I've chosen for my work is very close to me. It's very dear to me, and I care about it a lot. So, and then I don't know. There's also just like the idea of like maybe it should be a step forward to like move on, move like to other things maybe it's time for that. I've been doing this for 4 years. Maybe it's time to like have that one final big, finish to it all, and have like the big celebration or something, and then call it quits. But I don't know. I feel like maybe I feel like a lot of my priorities maybe have changed a lot, and maybe it's possible that's for me right now, as I feel right now, is that maybe quitting it and not doing it anymore would be like the thing that I need to do in order to realize the other things that I want to do, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
But at the same time, I would I would be happy if I actually do decide to come back to tournament hosting and hosting for the EU community, because it's a really nice community and they've given me a lot. And I don't think I think like most parts of the EU community don't realize uh, just how much I owe to them, so to speak. Because yeah, no, it's a really the community is really close to my heart in that sense. It's been a home for me for a very, very long time, and that isn't something that you just close down. You don't just close the book on that in a sense. But yeah, no.
Okay. Feel free
I
to.
hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. And I hope you know that we don't mind you taking a longer break. Take all the time you need. Of course, like you definitely seem that it's helping you get to where you want to be and
Mm,
get the decision of where you want to be. So of course, take all the time you need, and we'll
mm,
respect whatever
mm.
choice you decide to go for.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I do still need to think about it. Like one thing that I was recently in contact with, like a counselor here at my school, and we were talking about like, okay, what about my work and like what have I done to like kind of get my work done and all this stuff. And I talked about the fact that I host these tournaments and I've stopped doing so. And one thing that you brought up is that also that I'm aware of is that one thing that people do, like when they're really stressed, they have something that big that they're working on that they're really stressed, is that they stop doing things that make them happy because they need to put more time towards the thing that they need to get done, and that often backfires rapidly. And that actually did happen to me for like a couple of weeks ago. Like the 2 to 3 weeks like after I stopped were honestly some of the like worst times I've had in recent. I felt miserable like those weeks. Because like I didn't have a tournament. I wasn't hosting any tournaments. I wasn't streaming at all. I wasn't doing any of that stuff. And then I like on top of it, I wasn't getting any work done because I was just so fucking sad. Like, and it was all this compound. Basically, like I was pushing myself every step of the way to work more, but then I didn't get anything done because I never rested.
Yeah.
uh, so then, like basically, like the battery, so to speak, it never refilled.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I suppose like that's what I want to see if that's the question that goes that's but I'm kind of like resting with at this point. It's like what serves the battery? What will actually refill the battery in this case? Basically, like would if I went back to hosting tournaments, would that be a thing that refills the battery? Would that be a thing that drains the battery? Why and stuff like that? Like why did it refill the battery? Why does it drain the battery if that's the case? And that's the question that I'm sitting with at the moment. And yeah, no, like I said, I need some more time to think about that.
Of course.
Yeah,
Make sure to take that time. Don't force yourself to rush the decision.
I appreciate that.
Gladly. Okay, so that's no more questions from me. So, is there anything you want to say? Like maybe a shout outs to some people, to some communities. I don't know.
Hmm, that's a good question. Honestly, I I suppose one thing I'd really like to say is I want to say thank you to all my friends and all the people that I've met through the uni and all that stuff. Of course, some stuff that didn't come to mind is I don't know if Mosen's going to see this. I doubt it, but we got Mosen, Nefros, Nevlin, uh, DHD, Air, all kinds of people. Rurik and Troc Demon, everyone, man. Like everyone, I could go on you as well. Absolutely, man. Like I really appreciate all of y'all. I really, I don't think I can overstate how much I don't take any of this stuff for granted. Like being in this position that I am as a TO, like for this community, is one of my greatest joys, and it's something that I'm really proud to have done that stuff and like to do that stuff. It's something that brings me a lot of joy. It's brought me a lot of joy over the years, and like I I cannot overstate how truly I am touched when people like sign up for a tournament and they tell me that they had a fun time joining and playing. It means a lot to someone like me to be able to provide like that safe space and like that area or that time for people to come and like have a good time, let go for a bit, and not worry. It's something that I take a lot of pride in, and yeah, no, thank you all so much for everything so far. I hope I hope there's more.
Yes, we all do. We all do. But yeah, that will wrap up another episode of Recreation. Thank you so much, Glodican, for being my guest. And yeah,
Happy to.
glad you've had fun. So that's all for this episode. Guess we'll see you next time with another episode of Recreation.
Hell
See you
yeah.
guys.
Any teases for for
Uh,
who's next?
Actually, I do not have any idea who I'm gonna invite. I'm just gonna lay it there.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Finding people is hard. Finding people is hard.
It is. It is. Like the first people were easy to think about, but now it gets difficult.
Mm.
So your guess is as good as mine, I guess.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
See you guys.